Hey, it is Saturday night. It's September 27th, and we have a lot to go over. I have not been on for a week. I did another 610, so it was a busy week, trying to get as much sleep as I could. And we are getting to our video for the first time this week, and we've got some Pip Logic news, and we got some DSJ that we're going to go over. It's pretty awesome as far as my Pip Logic. This is my solid. I say slow and steady and conservative, but let me actually show you. I was just calculating out the 3% a week, and it's 3.5. That's the average, but we had one week that was like a 2 point something, and anyway, a couple that were down, but most of them were in like 4.5 and things like that. So even at just 3%, so you got 52 weeks times 3%, it's still 156% in a year. And where do you get that? You don't get it in normal society, like at a bank or anything, or CDs even. You don't get the 156% in a year, and that is awesome. So just holding steady and very conservative. No red days, all green days, like 100% green days. And so I'm pretty impressed with it. And you don't have to do anything. You just put your money in there and they trade it for you and give you your percentage. So this is what we did this week. Our first trade, they actually put one out on Monday, the 22nd. I think because they knew Jerome Powell was speaking on the 23rd, so they didn't trade that day. That day, we actually did buys this week. Remember last week it was all sells, so we had 3 buys this week, and we earned $40.57 on the first one, and that was 0.92%, so almost a percent. And then the next day, we earned $31.65, and that was 0.72%. And then we hit a big one on Thursday. So we earned $78.20, and that was 1.74, I think. So yeah, the last day, Thursday, was 1.74%, which brought it to a weekly report of 3.37%, and a monthly so far this month of 10.12%. So we're definitely I got the 3.3, almost 3.5 again, but we're looking good. I'm really enjoying that they're conservative on this, on our money that they're trading for us. And that's the way everyone should be, right? They should treat our money like it's precious, because it's precious to us. All right, so we are looking at 2,900 gross profit, almost 70%. Got our allocated capital of 45, 85, 29. And this one is just slow and steady. Pretty awesome. Okay, so the next one we're looking at DSJ Exchange. And DSJ Exchange is still just on fire, earning left and right. High risk, just multiplying like crazy. So I started this one at $2,500, and I'm already almost 3 times my money there. But last week it was $9,075. So if we take this number and subtract 975, we actually come up with 791 for the earnings. And I did actually miss a trade this week. So go figure that. I mean, everyone's twice a day, you're going to miss one once in a while. So you got to take that in stride. So it was a little less than last week, but came out to be, if you take 791 and divide it by my last balance, it comes out to be 8.7% this week. So I earned 8.7% this week on DSJ, and the daily P&L, remember I broke that $100 P&L, and now it's at a 124, so it's continually climbing. So I'm making $124 a day on this one. So with a 3.3, and let's actually add that up. Why don't we? So in total with both of these accounts, I made 12%, 12.08% this week. So awesome week. We're continually growing. I got a couple more people signed on and hoping they're hitting their trades every day. I'm getting quite a few under there, so I haven't really checked them for making sure they're trading, but so far they're on our Telegram group and they're not complaining, so apparently they're getting their trades in pretty good. Let's check with our calculator here to see if we're on target with our goal. So we had 7,000 on 9/5, and what is it, 927? So we're looking at 927 and 10,041 with a missed trade there. So 9,866, 866. So yeah, we're just right in between here. So we're really close, and getting 10 days or so, we'll be doing our first withdrawal, and I'll be doing a recording on that. I noticed that there was a few messages from Lifelines. He had a withdrawal go through, and it was a little struggle there. This is the first one I heard that was some issues with it, but apparently he just emailed the DSJ support and they were able to get that withdrawal sent out to him. So that was a good thing to know, that if something does go wrong, they actually follow through and help you out. Usually it just goes through pretty simple, but so let's just do a couple of orders here just to see how it's done. So with this one, I'm going to show my historical orders right here. This is where you do the invited me and you copy and paste your code right here that you get from the Telegram group. And then right here is where it'll show all the orders. And just just a few of them there. Let's see. That's like 3 days worth right there. So from the, what does this say? Yep, 24th to the 27th. And so these are all my trades and the earnings that I made on them. 64%. So they take your total balance and they only trade 1% of it. So when you're at 9,800, you get $98, and then if you get a 64.4, which was my last trade, I earned $63.93. So that's how that works, and those are the 2 trades a day for the last 3 days. Also with that one right there. So that's how those go. But let me just go over some of the basics with the new people that are trying to figure out how to get on this thing. So now I'm going to just show you how to register for DSJ and get your account set up and start trading. The very first thing you do is, when you're on my video, you go down here to more, and you can actually do it right there, but if you don't have that on your phone, just hit the more button. So what you want to do is click here to join DSJ. So this is the first thing you do, is you click that, and it comes up with this screen right here. And this is, of course, mine. So you would be putting in blah, 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 blah at email or gmail.com. And then don't hit this obtain code yet. Make a password and confirm a password. Put it in twice. That's my code. You need a code to join this. So just leave that alone, and then hit I have read and agreed to the DSJ exchange terms. And then after all this is filled out, you do the obtain code, because if you obtain code, it gives you 60 seconds. So it's kind of hard to get through all this in 60 seconds, or you have to do it again. So when you hit obtain code, make sure you're not a robot. So FA4D1, you type that in there and then hit submit. And what it does is it sends it to the email address. Cancel that. It sends it to the email address you put in here. So you got to go to your email, make sure that's opened up, and then the code will be on there. You copy it and then you paste it here. So that's on the code. So not here. I know I showed you here, but on the email it'll give you a code. Copy it however you do it and paste it however you paste it. And then once you do that, you hit register and you'll be registered. And then you move on to the next step. Then after that, you'd have to go through some tutorial videos on either how do you want to deposit into DSJ. It depends on what exchange you use or what decentralized wallet you use. And it's all levels. I mean, you could be a beginner, intermediate, or professional crypto space guy or gal and be able to do this. It just depends on, your level of experience. That's how you get out of the starting gates with DSJ. And if you have any questions, just email me. My email's in the description. And let me know what you need help with, and I'll help you out. All right. Well, I hope everyone's having a good weekend, and hopefully we get another trade on either Monday or Tuesday with Pip Logic. And we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.